Beautiful brothers. This is specifically a transmission for a unique group of men that are here in service through a energetic representation that would be known as the light warriors. Now, before I go into expression of that and then into a direct channeled directive mission message, I would like to introduce myself. I am Giaya Ariati. I am the Oracle, assigned Oracle for the 144 and beyond. I am of sound heart and sound mind, and this transmission is from the purest expression of God Source Creator in the alignment with the law of one and the opening and opportunity for humanity to be in a place of living from pure sovereignty. Everything that I speak to and bring forth is a representation of truth, and that I am here of the highest directive of union for all beings, to open an opportunity for all to remember their true source essence and unique energetic expression of God Source Creator. In that introduction, I would like to introduce the aspect that I have a very specific role to the light warriors, these group of men, and that I have been assigned to be in service to these men. That my service is to use my abilities with information to allow for a clear, concise directive to ensure that there are no hurdles, there are no confusions, there are no manipulation points that take place in the movement forward. These men specifically are only just coming into their remembrance, and the amnesia consciousness that has kept them separate from their soul's path is only unlocking. And that is an exciting and powerful experience, yet it also means that there is the beginning stages of this assignment. And there are many that have stepped away from this role, and there are many that have come in to step into this role. And so there are men that are currently vessels that are awaiting their new light warrior consciousness that would otherwise be known as a walk-in. And there are other men that have been on the path of service, confused of what they're here to do, that are able to unlock this information now. And that is why I'm here to speak this, to bring this forth for those that are ready to receive this activation and this clarity, and to allow for the rise of the light warrior and an interpretation of what your group collective mission together is. These specific men are men of physical stature that would be considered more of a larger bone, tend to be between a 5'9" and a 6'2" vessel, so taller, larger in muscle and density of matter. And there is importance of this to hold the warrior archetype energy in its fullness, to its capacity of being a physical warrior, but also an archangel. And so there's a need for the physicality of this man to be able to hold the capacity of energy. These light warriors hold a very high Christos, but they also hold an ability to penetrate with light technology in a way that other individual beings that are here in service do not hold. And so there is a penetrative ability of frequency and information that is cuts through the distortions of reality and cuts through the manipulation techniques of this current illusionary experience. And so these men have perhaps not yet fully integrated or even awoken to their abilities. At this point in time, there may be awareness of geometry. There may be awareness of third eye capacity. There may be awareness of the ability to move energy through either sound or through hand movement. Yet it is very different to the conduits of the divine feminine in female form that may be used or seen in how they use light technology through light language or frequency abilities. And so these men are able to use the masculine interpretation of consciousness, so short, direct, fast, and explosive in nature, in their ability to move energy lines or to transition the light pathways into new geometric structures. And so there is a force to be reckoned with this ability, where there is a fastness and a clear, straight directive in the ability to move grid lines and to protect the atmospheric consciousness, or what would be considered as the firmament that is transitioning its bandwidth, that allows for the geometric patterning and the light pathways, galactic pathways, and light technology structures that allow for a higher consciousness and an anchoring to take place that is movable and powerful with these specific men. And their service to the earth is their service to each other. So there is a connection to be in brotherhood. There is a connection to rise each other up. There is a connection to come together and recognize the strength in the stability of the Christos, of the softness of Source, and to disengage and de-armor the distortions around aggression, force, and anger that has created mutations of this archetypal consciousness and mission in the past. And so there is a awareness of merging the unity into the warrior, and how the warrior is fierce and the warrior will fight for truth and for what is right, but the way that that fight is expressed is different to that of what the human has ever interpreted. And so these protectors, and they are fierce protectors, they are fiercely protecting the earth and the woman and children of the bringers of change. And so what that means is there is a natural, innate aspect of the man that knows they're here to be in service of the feminine. Now, this distortion through their own human wounding has caused them to be in service to woman in the emasculation of self rather than the rising of their divine pillar. And this service to the protector as the Archangel that comes in and swoops through and holds that pillar of light that can deconstruct the negative narrative or the Diatoria caria neria coria shetekeria tutukoyandia naya setekiandia naya ututukoyandia nia kiariantina. The dia coria shetekaria ututukoyandia naya tetekiandia naya tutukoyandia na is the disrespectful nature of that which has been considered the patriarchal constructs. And so what a part of this mission is to allow for women that have played into the victimization and and the honor and release of self-empowerment to the overt dark masculine structures of the earth allows them a space to be held in safety, purity, and stability, so that they can step out of their victim mentality and rise into the feminine expression that stands in union with this man, and that both of their expressions can be met in contribution to their divine counterparts or their male and female relationship dynamics. And this man that is here is to be this security, this safety, this protector, and to relinquish the expectation of the collective conditioning of what that is, that the paradigm of what man has to be in being a provider in monetary support, a provider in structural expressions of having basic needs met, requires a release of attachment and mutation to allow for the pressure and the technologies that have infiltrated this individual's field, and the we could call it a backpack of rocks that has been placed on their being, that has not allowed for the stability of self to be actually recognized, and by releasing this attachment allows them to see that in their current experience they already have these men that are here for this same mission in their field, and that you don't have to step out of your current matrix experience, but instead see that your matrix experience, by not seeing it as the illusion but seeing it as the opportunity for service, that you'll see these men in resonance to your mission and what you're here to learn and mentor each other in to reclaim your power beyond the emasculation templating. This distorted expression of masculinity is what some could consider the softer man, the man that has a more gentle nature or has been the underdog, the man that has perhaps hidden in the shadows, or the one that meets all experiences with the positive narrative, the one that is not in the limelight, the one that allows for others to win, the one that chooses to step away from the testosterone-filled dynamics of competition and sees it for what it is and actually makes funnies or jokes about it. This is the man that sees the reality for what it is and is confused as to why he's here. He sees the dynamics of ego construct but doesn't know how to step out of them. This is the man that has a desire to be of service, a desire to make change, yet is held in the entanglement of what has been thrust upon him. This man specifically has an ability to be in a traditional job. This is a part of his warrior coming into integration, is that his warrior is experiencing itself through the expression of consciousness, where he perceives his experience of the warrior spirit by continuing to show the strength it takes to be in an environment that is not of the highest service, but to serve in the name of the warrior that will do and be what is required for the tribe and for the family. This is a beautiful gift, because once alchemized, the distortion and the trauma templates that are connected to this individual, he can then stand in the matrix and gather the men that are already resonating to him in his environment, and he can continue to be exactly who he is in his current job description. He does not need to step out of matrix programming to be his role. His role can very much be in a traditional current human expression of a trade or of a more physical or a masculine dominant role. This may be some form of entrepreneurship. This may be some form of coaching, personal training. There is an aspect of physicality or masculine expression. This man doesn't tend to be in the constructs of corporate experiences. He is the doer. He is willing to put 12 hours a day into service. He is committed, disciplined, and sacrifices his own needs for this. This is the warrior. He is then merged with that of the energy of the Christos. He knows he's here to speak truth. He knows he's here to be a guide for a new way. He knows he's a way shower and a being that is here to provide enough stability in the truth to offer another opportunity. He is the man that has a natural innate ability to have others seek him out to share their heart. He is the man that will have men open their heart and their being to in exposing some of those aspects that have never been expressed to another human being. He has the ability to nurture and heal just in his presence, and his ability to hold the Christos in its clear purity. This man is the alchemy that creates what would be considered an archangel of protection, an archangel of light, a warrior of light, a warrior of peace. He is in unconditional love, and his heart chakra is extremely powerful. Not only does he have a strong heart and mind, these are the most dominant chakra systems for him. He requires some extra cultivation of the chi. The chi center, or the sacral chakra, is the aspect of self that becomes neglected, and the inner power center through the emasculation and the need for validation. This individual being has a knowing of his purpose. It's so big, but it's so overwhelming. And because of the overwhelm of the awareness of what he is to be and do in this reality, he tends not to take action. He tends to deny, and he gets caught up in the illusion of the matrix. This specific man is the man that I am here to assist with, to guide in clearing the distortion templates, to allow for the stability of the true alchemy of this archetype into its integrated form in the vessel. That this man will have many trials and tribulations that it has experienced through life. There is a tendency to hold a very traumatic life experience, to have received much physical or emotional abuse, to have attracted women that are able to feed off his kind heart. There becomes a point where he feels that only aloneness will get him through. There is an aspect that the trauma has been disassociated from, so the warrior aspect can keep going through. And the trauma expression that is held within this man cannot be enough on its own to drive this mission forward. There must be a meeting of the inner child and the aspect of self that did not receive the love, nurture, and support that has created this unworthiness. This inner child aspect is the reclamation of the purity of the essence of the Christos. And until the fragmentation of the painful little boy can be witnessed and experienced, there will be a disconnect from the path. The path cannot be walked and committed to until this inner child aspect is met in totality. Once this inner child is seen in the pain point, then there is an alchemy that requires and allows for the shift from standing in the unintegrated and distorted warrior into the alchemized warrior, where the warrior and the Christos merge to create the light warrior. If you are resonating to this information and that you feel that you may be one of these light warriors, this mission is big, and I am in service as the divine feminine representative to work behind the scenes for this mission. I am here to hold space for you if you are ready to claim and meet these aspects of distortion. And if you are feeling the call to connect in receiving of this, please email me on giaya.ariati@gmail.com, or reach out to me in a personal communication through Telegram. If you are aware that this is you and you're unsure if you want to continue this mission, please allow yourself to sit with the capacity of your heart, your knowing. And if it is not true for you to continue, that you relinquish your role and gift it up to Source so that someone else can step in. And if you are desiring to do this, but it's not yet, then what can you choose in the now moment that would lead you to this path that you can fully claim it? Thank you for receiving this transmission. Please like, subscribe, and if you would like to donate to support these expressions of invitations of consciousness and activation and ascending into the truth of who we are by anchoring it in, as above, so below, as within, so without, please have a look at my link tree, which is in the description box below, for any of my other offerings, and to donate through my PayPal link. I love you. Ahava.